I'm Steve Black. It's my honor, pleasure, and privilege to have one of my all-time favorite guitarists, Chop Shop Hall of Fame member, David Gilmour, on the phone. David, how are you, bro?
Good. Well, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
You, of course, have a new solo album out, Dave, On an Island. It features some guest appearances, some vocal appearances from a couple of the CSN boys. Rick Wright, of course, your former Pink Floyd mate. And what about Phil Manzanera from Roxy Music? How did you guys get hooked up?
Phil Manzanera and I go back quite a long way. Strangely enough, I knew his brother when I was a teenager in Cambridge, and we met in the very early 70s. But we lived close by, near to each other in the countryside in England, and he's a friend, and he's a fantastically encouraging and great person, and he sort of has been one of the people who's been pushing me forward and helping me to put this whole thing together. He's really done a great job on this album.
David Gilmour on the phone with us. I'm Steve Black. This is the Chop Shop. I know there was some Pink Floyd work in between, David, but it's been a long time since About Face came out. That's a long time in between solo albums.
I mean, after that album, obviously, we made a couple of Pink Floyd albums, the Momentary Lapse of Reason and the Division Bell album. So that was '94, the last one. And so it's been over 10 years coming, but I haven't been making it all that time. It's just come together in the last sort of year or so, really, when I got back into the studio and started concentrating on work.
I'm Steve Black with David Gilmour. The new solo CD is called On an Island, and once again, Dave, that familiar theme of flow, of the songs kind of interweaving together, certainly has happened throughout your career.
Well, I want the music and the package all to be a thing that it feels like an essential thing to have in your collection, and I want people to, sit down and listen to the whole album as a piece. It's not what you'd call a concept album per se, but it is something that has a continuity to it, and it has an order to it that I still sit at home with Polly and we put it on of an evening and sit down with a glass of wine, and it still knocks me out. I still think it's just a great thing, and if anyone else gets half the pleasure out of it that I get out of it, it's going somewhere.
Remember that night, white stairs in